The final game of the Giants' final season at the home they first occupied in 1891 drew a paid attendance of only 11,606. This is barely one-fifth capacity. For the first 6 or 7 innings, the fans behaved as if the game itself were at least as important as the farewell occasion. They rooted for the most part for the home team, as if in gratitude for the thrills the Giants had provided over more than half a century. But as the sun sank over the stands and the shadows spread over the field, the crowd grew fidgety. The Giants were losing 8-1 at the end of 8 innings. The visiting Pittsburgh Pirates added a 9th run in their half, and the Giant era of McGraw and Mathewson and the lesser stars was down to its last 3 outs. It took Bob Friend, the Pirate pitcher, just 12 throws to finish it. Don Mueller flied to right on the 2nd pitch. Mays grounded to the shortstop on the 4th pitch. Dusty Rhodes, the hero of a World Series only 3 years ago, dragged it out to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Then he grounded out to Dick Goat at short. Before the infielder's throw had reached first base, the fans were leaping the barriers and surging toward the Giant clubhouse. The players, with a good idea of what was coming, broke for the clubhouse as if, at the least, a winner's share of World Series money depended on it. The players having eluded them, the fans went to work on the field. In the crowd that cluttered up the space between the left and right field bleacher section, one youth held aloft one of the warm-up plates. Others arrived with their own particular spoils. Then, as Giant and Pirate players looked down from 12 heavily screened clubhouse windows, the chanting began. Under a big banner, somewhat forlornly pleading, "Stay, team, stay," in the right field section, the mob began. "We want Stoneham!" The crowd obviously didn't want him out of love. They blamed him for moving the team to the coast. "We want Stoneham!" they insisted. Then, as if anyone might have misunderstood, they turned it into a little song. "We want Stoneham, we want Stoneham, we want Stoneham with a rope around his neck." Somehow, perhaps because it was obvious that Stoneham was not going to appear, the mood of the chanters altered. They forgot about the owner and began to demand to see the one player they were really proud of in the dismal 6th-place year of 1957. "We want Willie!" they repeated, hundreds of voices being swelled by hundreds of others as more fans arrived from the diamond. "We want Willie!" But Mays didn't appear on the clubhouse steps. The crowd was disappointed, but gradually got the idea. In right field, some youngsters began breaking up the bullpen shelter into even smaller pieces. To the extent that the end of the Giant era at the Polo Grounds was historic, it may be apt to observe that in baseball, too, history repeats itself. And surely, in terms of their performance in their last game here, the Giants were merely doing what they had done one day in April 1891, when they lost the first 4 games in their new home to Boston. "From the outset," wrote the Times baseball reporter on April 25th of that year, "it was evident that the local club has lost heart. In the field, with 1 or 2 exceptions, they acted like men under the influence of a drug, and at the bat they failed to show any of their old-time hitting. What's the matter with the Giants?" 66 years and 5 months later, the question might still have been asked. And the paradoxical attitude of the fans might well be suggested by another ditty they sang beneath the clubhouse windows as the heat of the day waned and the stands darkened. To the tune of the Farmer in the Dell, it went, "We hate to see you go, we hate to see you go, we hope to hell you never come back, we hate to see you go." New York Times, September 30th, 1957.